that's well done.
Man.
Very well done. So easy, a little kid could do it. Spit the play out, Sims.
Spit
What's
the
wrong with
play
you,
out,
Sims?
Right. Yes, well, he saw.
You were so nervous.
I was nervous. It was like the third day of training camp.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that play yet. He threw me in with the ones. I was like, oh, no, I haven't said that
No,
play.
you go back from, all right, here are my 4 plays. I'm going to call my 4 plays, get in. Hey, Chris, come in. You're in.
Exactly.
What's
Yeah. And then Gruden liked to jump on me. So.
Yes, we sitting there cracking up laughing. We all standing waiting over the ball like, okay.
Yeah. So he set me up. I like, first off, I mean, Derrick Brooks, legend, right? And just adding into that moment there, my rookie year, my first practice in full pads with this football team off the Super Bowl.
Yes.
When I was stretching, I was the most nervous I was ever for any football thing in my life. Right. I really was, because it was the first day we were going to hit, and the defense was like ready to go. And I was like, whoa, the intensity of this has really gone up a lot. And let alone Gruden's on my case and everybody. I was so nervous. I almost wanted to throw up before practice dealing with these guys. And then he's calling out plays. Oh, yeah. Oh, watch this. They're going to do this.
Oh, man, I love doing that. I love doing that to offense.
Oh, he did.
But it was fun. Man, glad you guys have me on.
Oh, it's great to have you on. Super Bowl champion.
Listen,
Hall of
watch.
Famer.
You guys doing your thing.
You're late, though.
It.
You're right. You were supposed to be before Baker, but the quarterback, of course, was on time, and the linebacker was late.
Listen,
all right?
all I can do is this.
He brought pizza, at least. He brought pizza.
Okay, I bought I'm delivering pizza.
Okay, all right. It's a good start.
From our official pizza sponsor, Little Caesars of the NFL.
Awesome.
So I'm going to accept responsibility because I'm a captain.
Right.
But I'm accept responsibility. But now that I'm here, we're going to perform.
Okay. It's go time.
And you perform well enough to have both of those rings, the Super Bowl 37 ring, the Hall of Fame ring of excellence. When I look at that ring, and it's beautiful, and I love Super Bowl rings, that team you had, when you look back on it, do you ever think, man, we should have had more than one of these?
Yeah, man, of course. And that's a very fair question, Mike, because as Chris alluded to, when he got here, the following year, we brought back of our top 30 players, 28.
Right.
We were there.
Right.
But we didn't bring back the right mentality to be in that position. And quite honestly, what I've learned all these years is, in the turn asking that question, why we didn't, we never started back at the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah, right.
We were trying to stay at the top and defend versus starting that climb back at the bottom.
And everybody else is climbing up.
And everybody else is climbing up. And by the time we figured it out, probably, halfway during that season, we go and we win 5 out of our last 6 games.
Yeah, that's right.
But then we have to depend on another team to beat another team to get in the playoffs. And obviously it didn't happen. But I would have liked to have seen if we somehow got in, I think we'd have made a lot of noise. Yeah. And that's why I appreciate these two teams.
Yeah, right.
The fact that not just Kansas City and continuing to get here, but even San Francisco 2 years ago, to go back and be a different football team now than they were then and still be in this position, I have a lot of appreciation, man, for teams that are able to continue to put themselves in this position and understand that.
You got some LBs in this game.
Oh.
Right? I mean, Fred Warner being the main guy, who's got a lot of, I know Nick Bolton's the man too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But like, talk about them, because Fred Warner reminds me of you in a lot of ways, right, when you were in your prime.
Yeah, so when I look at both these guys, the first thing, in comparing the two is their field awareness off the chart.
Yeah.
Nick has gotten so much better in their schemes that Coach Spagnuolo's been able to adjust their schemes and do different things.
Yeah, they do a lot, right?
Because this young man has showed the capability to handle it all.
Right.
Whether it's someone, rushing, down and rushing, covering the field, one-on-one situations as he's double covering slot receivers, tight ends.
Right.
He's been able to do that, and it's particularly, spying on the quarterbacks, too, in their athleticism. When I look at Fred, he's done a great job, him and Greg Greenlaw, of complementing each other.
Yeah, right.
And when you look at how D'Amico used them together versus how Coach Wilkes is using them together,
right,
that skill set doesn't allow two different coordinators to do the same thing. It's because of that skill set.
Yeah, right.
So I see them both, Chris, being able to play in space because it's more of a passing league now.
Yep.
And they tackle well.
Right. Incredible.
That's the lost art of tackling.
Right.
In today's game, it makes me puke sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Well, everybody's so into stripping the ball, too, or
Yes.
they don't tackle the right way. Wait, so I want to ask you this.
Well, hang on a second.
Okay,
Why do
go
you
ahead.
think it's gotten that
Yeah, go
way?
ahead.
That tackling is a lost art?
Because so many teams now. Obviously, because I'm on the appeals hearing officer for fines, and when I talk to players that are getting fined, is hey, the governments are making the game safer. We're definitely moving in that direction, but that does not give you an excuse, man, not to grab someone. Just grab them and bring them down.
Right.
You're not trying to hit them down no more.
Right.
Guys are too athletic now. They're bouncing off hits.
Right.
Just
give them the shoulder,
give them the
trying to hit a hard
hey,
head
how
there.
about go ahead, wrap them
Right.
up. As I told one defensive player, I'll keep his name nameless in the process. I say, what are you afraid to get intimate with your opponent about? He say, get intimate? What are you talking about, Mr. Brooks? I say, that's what a tackle is.
Right.
It's a very intimate relationship where you grabbing someone.
Right.
And you're not going to jail because you're grabbing them.
Right. Right.
How about grab them?
Right.
Bring them down to the ground.
Don't lose your money.
Exactly.
Right.
So I just say that is the loss. And I don't think, Mike, they practice it enough. I really don't.
And that's the CBA thing from 2011. Took
Mm-hmm.
away padded practices, made things less intense, gives the players – and there's a balance to
But
strike.
It's a balance
But you-
now,
you-
but
you never learn how to
coaches
tackle.
Coaches have a choice of how to script practice.
Yeah.
They can script going through these drills and doing it. You don't have to go through the physical bringing a guy down.
Oklahoma drill.
Yes, you
right.
don't have to do that to
Right.
practice tackling.
Right.
You just have to emphasize it in doing it.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't waver in the sand with this because I wasn't known as a big hitter, striker. I was a tackler.
Yeah.
Just get him to the ground.
Get him to the ground. Grab him and bring him down to the ground.
On that point, and you haven't had to deal with this yet because it's not illegal yet, but it feels like the wind is blowing very strongly against the hip drop tackle. What are your opinions on that?
I think it's a time. Me and my good friend Mr. Vincent,
Yeah.
we go through our discussions about that.
Right.
And one particular play, this play in college that happened to Jordan Travis.
Yeah.
I saw that was an effort play that a young man was hustling down the field, grab a guy, bring him down. It's certain angles
Yeah.
that are part of making a tackle. When you're coming from the side
Right.
and you grab a guy in that area, your body weight and your momentum is going to take you to the side versus you coming from behind someone, grab and pulling back.
Right.
There's a very big difference in those two. So do you call them the same? Do you say both are hip drop tackles or do you rename one after the other? And I look at the play against the tight end, Andrews against
Yeah, the Bengals.
the Bengals.
Right.
That was a good tackle to me.
Yeah.
You look at the way that kid's angle came and the way that he was not trying to pull back. He was trying to grab.
He's just trying to get anything
He's
he can
trying to grab.
Right.
He grab to the side and momentum roll.
Right.
That's how that happened. It wasn't a grab from behind and pull back. Now we did have certain instances
Yeah, that
where
were egregious.
where
Right.
someone grabbed, wrapped around, and rolled a guy back. That is definitely a tackle that I don't want to see.
Why wasn't this more of a thing, though, when we, like, in our day, right? I mean,
Well,
like,
Chris,
we didn't see as many of this. Like, it became like a fad where guys started to realize, wait, this is a pretty effective way to get it down.
Well, you get
Because I
more-
don't remember you doing that,
No,
really.
because guys now being in more open field tackling positions.
Right. Just
now
because of
than ever before
Right.
because the game has evolved.
Right.
And it's more of an open game and the rules are more offensive now.
Yeah.
So you're not getting it, with us, we were big on pursuit, drill, and gang tackling.
Right.
You're not necessarily seeing that now because the ball is out and players are in space, and this is just an evolution,
Yeah.
of that. And the game, obviously we have to make it more safer to protect it
Yep. Right.
and make that investment in doing it.
Right.
What's the toughest issue for you to balance and resolve? What type of thing? Is it use of the helmet? Is it something else?
Well, I always tell guys that in the fine process, James Thrash and I, we do not fine. We're the appeals officers. NFL Ops, John Runyon, that crew, they do that. And Mike, what is tough is our tolerance level when it comes to certain things as use of helmet. What is our tolerance level?
Yeah.
When it gets to that? Defenseless receiver. What is the tolerance level?
Right.
and what do you mean by
when it gets
tolerance
to-
level? Like
Tolerance-
where does it go too far?
Tolerance level mean in terms of the environment of the play.
Right.
Because I'm looking at it from a replay, slow-mo, versus a guy on the field that's live action, the official making a call that's live. Where's the environment? Where is that in the tolerance level to see that? Yes, I can govern a play because I can wind it, I can dissect it, I can slow it down, But, hey, you mean to tell me when it's 4th and goal, Super Bowl's on the line this weekend.
Right.
You think someone that's an ISO play, you think someone is thinking about use of helmet?
Right. The fullback, the running back, they're all going to
No
lower
one is
their
thinking
head.
about use of helmet.
Right.
That won't get fined. And we understand that because that's part of, but a tolerance level that I struggle sometimes in the open field.
Yeah.
I try to boil it down when a player has a choice, especially when he gets to a running back now. When the running backs now for this past 2 years started the use of helmet, when they had a choice to do something else, I tend to try to educate them on the choice,
Right.
not more or less the decision.
Right.
Like, hey, here are your choices. How in this year could you seen a better choice than what you chose to do based on the environment?
Right.
What kind of feedback do you get from the league when you overturn their fines?
Oh, it's great dialogue. Do they like it? No. Do the union love it? Yes. But it's vice versa. So, our position is the only CBA created position. So I already know once we signed it, hey, we're going to have half that are happy, half that are sad. But here's what I love about the leadership now in both entities. They're encouraging effective communication. Where years ago when we played, the appeals officer wasn't part of the health and safety committee.
Right.
The appeals officer wasn't presented to the competition committee. I get a chance since I've been in this position to be and do that. I get a chance to be in front of teams. I never heard from the appeals officer when I played.
Right.
But through the union and the league's partnership now, they're allowing me and serving this position to do that, and the communication piece is outstanding.
Tell us what you have going on with the Little Caesars, and then we have one
quickly.
more important question for you after that.
Quickly, so the orange box here represents Little Caesar Pizza, our official pizza sponsor, and we have a Pick 6 slices and sticks promotion for Super Bowl.
Damn.
Now,
you're putting on the quarterbacks like that, huh?
Exactly.
You pick six,
So
the hex is on them.
So fortunately, exactly, I'm used to being in this position of having pick
Super Bowl pick sixes.
Yes,
huh?
thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
I remember that.
So what I'm encouraging all of our friends to do is go download the Little Caesars app. Once you download the app, accept the Pick 6 Slices and Sticks Challenge. Once you do that, now you got to spend a little bit of coin, okay? You got to order.
All right.
You got to order. But once you do that, you enter into the contest, and now you sit back and you root for either defense to have a Pick 6. They score, you win a Slices and Sticks pizza.
You're
the
guy to do this.
So I like both defenses.
Yeah.
I like Pick 6s.
Yeah.
So I want someone to score a touchdown via an interception in the Super Bowl. And personally, I love it to be the 49ers because I got to pick John and Kyle to win.
Yeah, that's right.
And if it's one of those two linebackers, man,
you're
now
gonna
they get a chance
crazy.
to be the MVP. Linebacker.
Look at you.
Oh my God.
Man.
Now I have a lot of runway in conversation.
All right. I wanted to ask you one more, but we got to go. All right, we got to go. I know.
Quick. All right. Back. You got it?
Well, I got it. We used to room Dungy back in Disney, whatever, right? It was alphabetical order.
Yes.
Except for you. With Brooks and Sapp. B and S doesn't go next to each other. But what, they
Sometimes
put
they
you
do.
with Sapp? Why? So you had to babysit him? You had to make sure he wasn't going too crazy?
Coach Dungy had the magical talent to manipulate. I guess he used a Greek alphabet when it came to
You're funny.
but he had to make sure that a B and an S were right next to each other because the greater good of the team.
Yeah. Well said, Mr. Brooks.
Perfect
well
way to
said.
end it. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.